Which month we na? Which month? Me not hear you. Alright.
Stop with them.
We not stop with them.
Me I return the lawful response so you can stop me. And you don't have no right. First of all, before you can continue to think about take this out of me, you have to find out who me be.
Now, IRIE of Alkaline did his first interview after 9 years, and this question that was asked of Alkaline was the main reason why I think he was shying away from interview. We also have FLOYD Green from the Jamaica Labour Party exposing Andrew HOLNESS.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Too much hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail.
Make them know! Make them know!
Also in this one, was from IRIE FM Running African program, asking the nation to pass this question on to the Prime Minister, as the host explains that she have some question for Andrew HOLNESS, and Andrew HOLNESS refused to do an interview or come on our program so she can ask him these questions. So she is sending out these questions into the public and hoping the Prime Minister of Jamaica will get the message to respond to these questions.
So my first question is to Andrew HOLNESS, and I hope someone will tell him. He's probably listening. If he's not, then I hope someone will pass it on. One of the issues, and it's really not a problem, but one of the issues that we face here at the Africa Forum is that no one from the Jamaica Labour Party will accept an invitation to come on this program, and so we have to throw these questions out like this. Matter of fact, my producer was told by Robert Morgan a few months back, probably over a year, that Andrew HOLNESS would never come on this program.
Madam can't take it. You come to see me and I'm out there. For what? For what? A woman's strength to have. I'm not supposed to beat up for a woman every day. I'm not supposed to beat up for a woman every day.
Now welcome back to another exclusive for live. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review.
Okay. I was glad we bring and wait before so far, you know.
Okay. Yeah. That's great. Anyone that has inspired you to be where you are today?
Never had been seeing this yet. I never see it yet. So anybody see them lie?
Not really.
That even Bob Marley or the great Dennis Brown are one of them, nobody?
Just the fans and love of the fans, you know. Grateful for the support that we get. Grateful for everybody involved, man. I look forward for more, you know. Yeah, and taking it on higher levels.
To be fair, just watching you and just seeing how you've grown and progressed and just continue to hit different ceilings, 100% having new rules, it's doing a big deal.
You got the music, you know. You know what I mean? Anyway, there, I did some of it.
Well, Alkaline, you're the first artist, me say, when nobody not influence you into music more than your fans. Yeah, you're the only artist, me say that. Not even Bob Marley, my youth. I don't know why you come back with the black eye, though. God, boy, it don't look good. We also have Minister FLOYD Green from 10 years ago speaking on the reason why he joined the Jamaica Labour Party.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I got into politics because I truly believe our political system is broken. I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. The Labour Party go and change that. That's why we're bringing in impeachment.
To look at it, and then we'll ask a question together. I will hope nobody no vex.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. The Labour Party go and change that. That's why we're bringing in impeachment.
Now, do you think it's fair that the Prime Minister of the country is taking the Integrity Commissioner to court to remove impeachment law out the Constitution? That's all may I ask.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. The Labour Party go and change that. That's why we're bringing in impeachment.
And if you don't know what impeachment law is, what it means, if you don't know, let me help you. Impeachment law is for politicians that are there to serve and thieving taxpayers' money, are using taxpayers' money for them personal benefit, enriching themselves. That's what it means.
The Labour Party go and change that. That's why we're bringing in impeachment.
So, I ask the question again. Is it fair that the leader of your nation of Jamaica feels as if him and if 49 politicians them, if them rob your money, they shouldn't be held accountable? Let me know your thoughts down in my comment section.
I will hope nobody no vex. I will hope nobody no vex. Okay?
Interesting. I don't think I've seen this before. What we're seeing here is a minister, a legislator, asking the court to strike out Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act, which is a section that establishes the offense of illicit enrichment.
Oh my goodness.
Illicit enrichment.
The Labour Party go and change that. That's why we're bringing in impeachment.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen this before. Illicit enrichment.
I want you to look at it. I will hope nobody no vex. Okay?
To fix those corrupt politicians, you can't take the people money and not do the work. I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. The Labour Party go and change that. That's why we're bringing in impeachment. When I go around Southwest St. Elizabeth and I see so many communities still without running water, my heart pains me.
God Almighty, this looks serious, man.
In 2016, you should have water flowing.
And when you listen to what he says, clearly we can see that everything he says in that speech, we are now seeing in 2025.
This is Ian Hales, your Shadow Minister on Water. Today I speak to you with grave concern. The National Water Commission and Minister Matthew Samoda have chosen secrecy over safety. They have withheld critical water quality data from the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, the very body legally tasked with safeguarding your health as our local Board of Health. They have chosen to stop attending the Public Health and Sanitation meeting at the KSAMC. This is irresponsible. This is spiteful, and it is putting lives at risk. Let me be clear. This is not speculation. The February 2025 KSAMC water report confirmed that water samples from the NWC system in Kingston and St. Andrew tested positive for dangerous levels of fecal coliform bacteria. This is not just a number on a page. It's a threat to families drinking, cooking, and bathing in contaminated water. And less than a week ago, we learned of coliform at the Duns River Fall. When this government will prioritize people over pride. The KSAMC cannot do its job without transparency. How can councils address pollutions? How can hospitals prepare for outbreaks? How can you protect your children if this government hides the truth? I call on Matthew Samuda and the National Water Commission acting President Kevin Carr to release all water quality reports immediately, resume attending public health meetings, and provide real-time updates to the public. Water safety isn't a political game. It's a matter of life and death.
Also in this one, was from IRIE FM Running African program, asking the nation to pass this question on to the Prime Minister.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen this before.
And this is pertaining to the statements he made in St. Thomas recently. I played them this morning regarding access to the beach, access to land here in Jamaica. So my first question is to Andrew HOLNESS, and I hope someone will tell him. He's probably listening. If he's not, then I hope someone will pass it on. One of the issues, and it's really not a problem, but one of the issues that we face here at the Africa Forum is that no one from the Jamaica Labour Party will accept an invitation to come on this program. And so we have to throw these questions out like this. Matter of fact, my producer was told by Robert Morgan a few months back, probably over a year, that Andrew HOLNESS would never come on this program. So, congratulations to all of you. But here we go. Mr. Prime Minister Andrew HOLNESS, are there no provisions in your government for the people of Jamaica to enjoy recreational spaces such as the beach without having to provide in those spaces such as the beach jobs for others? Because this is what you said. Them are going on a job, then creating a job for no, run them. That's basically what you're saying to us. So the question is, are there no provisions in your government for the people of Jamaica to enjoy recreational spaces such as the beach without having to provide in those recreational spaces such as the beach jobs for other people? Do you have any idea, Andrew HOLNESS, of the role that recreational spaces such as the beach play in the physical, mental, social, and environmental health of a nation and its citizens, especially the second most murderous nation in the world? Do you know the extent to which recreational spaces such as the beach contribute to the quality of life of the citizens? Do you have any idea, or do you even care? Or are we just beasts of no nation, good only for your voting pleasure, and then to be discarded before you hoover us up again every 5 years or so with your mouth full of promises and lies like an abusive husband? Questions for the Prime Minister. Andrew HOLNESS, to what extent do you and your government allow for recreational issues to be discussed and included in your development plans for this country? Or do you even care? Question for Andrew HOLNESS, Prime Minister of Jamaica. Do you even care whether Jamaicans have access to the sea, to the beaches, and public access to the beaches from Negril Point to Morant Point? Do you even care that this access is being denied to Jamaicans? Do you even care? And yet you have the temerity, the boldness to stand up in your official capacity as Prime Minister and lie to the Jamaican people that your government is not in the business of selling beaches. I put it to you that that is semantics. Our lived experiences are otherwise. We do not have access. It means that your government is selling the beach. It is semantics. Public beaches serve a number of local and regional functions. Do you care? Do you know that in some communities, the beach has been the community park? And do you know that the reason why we're losing this kind of communal commensality and turning to scamming and all kinds of things is that over time there has been a lack of access because of high entrance fees, or just it lock off from way because government sell the land, which was crown land, which we don't know how you get that in the first place to be your land. Question for the Prime Minister. Do you really not know that Jamaicans are being denied access to the shoreline from Negril Point to Morant Point? Do you really not know that Jamaicans have little or no right of access to almost all of the beaches that we formerly had access to when you became Prime Minister for the first time? Or do you really not care for the truth in this matter? I invite you and Robert Morgan, your flying monkey, and your team, as our brother said from Jabem last week, to get out of your tinted SUVs, bulletproof tinted SUVs in one of the most murderous countries in the world, and walk along the coastline and see how many beaches you can access without your ID or anyone recognizing you. Question for the Prime Minister, Andrew HOLNESS, because he will not come on this program. What has caused you, a young man from the people, to take this hardline decision to sell out the people of Jamaica in the name of tourism, neoliberalism, and all kinds of isms and schisms? Question for Andrew HOLNESS, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Do you really not know that Jamaicans are losing both the vertical access, that is the access to the shoreline, and the lateral access along the shoreline at a rate akin to apartheid South Africa's retake of South Africa? Do you really not know that in a country such as Jamaica, the second most murderous country in the world, where living is a game of chance and a game of luck, that our beaches provide a multitude of benefits to us that could most possibly cut back on some of the domestic violence that you have? Do you not know that research has shown that beaches provide leisure in the form of recreational activities and relaxation, meditation, take our minds off the harsh times? of the hard times. That beaches improve our overall health and act as cooling circles in this high-pressured, high-stressed country. That beaches create economic opportunities from fishing to local tourism where the people are included. That beaches improve people's mental health and spiritual well-being. Do you really not know? Or is it that you do not care? Why are you gaslighting the nation? Mr. Prime Minister Andrew HOLNESS, I put it to you that the theft of the Jamaican beaches from the Jamaican people and the denial of access to the Jamaican people and your subsequent lies and gaslighting are all rooted in racism, colorism, historical inequities deeply rooted in segregation and racial discrimination and exclusion.
I'm Bright and Manchester and come and take off Bright and saying young, you know. So nationwide was saying PMP na an idea. PMP na when we box them with idea. Then say we can't cost it. So when we present the cost, they say but Crawford say we late but to reach. How that reaching at this hope? Listen to me now, man. It's a Crawford say we late. Big headline.
You know what say, a receptionist in a orchards must have CXC, Maths and English and a customer service certification. A security guard in a Kingston, them ask him for police record, 3 references and sometimes 4 subjects. And in a man level, a barrister in a man level, him better have food handler's permit, 5 subjects and experience. But to be a member of parliament, all you need to do is be born in Jamaica, be 21 years old. It doesn't matter if you drop out in the 6th grade. It don't even matter if you never run a juice stand before. And it certainly don't matter if you don't know how a budget works.
Now, my viewers, I can recall I did a blog, I think, not this blog, but the one before, where I showed you where I heard someone talking about this, you know, and I think this is what they probably was talking about, what the young lady there said. And I went on the internet and I looked it up. And what this young lady saying is actually true. You can go back and go check it out because it was written in the paper. The job description for being a member of parliament is simple, unbelievable. And bear in mind, when she's talking, you know, she ain't talking about no specific party. She not talk about only the JLP member of parliament. She talking about the entire politician, member of parliament, yeah, cabinet ministers, all of them. Check it.
And in a man level, a barrister in a man level, him better have food handler's permit, 5 subjects and experience. But to be a member of parliament, all you need to do is be born in Jamaica, be 21 years old. It doesn't matter if you drop out in the 6th grade. It don't even matter if you never run a juice stand before. And it certainly don't matter if you don't know how a budget works. You could be the Minister of Finance or the Minister of Education or the Minister of Security. Make it make sense. You need 6 CXC subjects, 3 references, police record, 2 passport size photos, figure stock shelf or count money. But you don't need no qualification to run a treasury. How does that make sense? I no wonder why the country runs so. I no wonder why the roads them can't fix, because the people them never did a course or don't understand nothing about infrastructure and road development and transportation. I no wonder why on the year say $2,000 can buy Pro Box, because there's no qualifications required to become the Minister of Finance. I no wonder why the education system is the way it is, because there's no qualification required, no bachelor's, master's degree, no degree in education, early childhood education, to become the Minister of Education. There is no qualifications to run the security department. I don't wonder why we having problems in Jamaica. Since some of you forget, let me remind you. Do you remember the Rural Real scandal, where millions of dollars unaccountable disappeared? It just got swept under the rug, that whole scandal. He was the Minister of Education, right? What qualifications did he have beyond party loyalty? Make it make sense. And then you talk about the MP Everald Warmington, who said the people them don't need to know. Oh no, come on. And then our recent statement by the Minister of Finance, who said $2,000 can buy Pro Box. Oh no, make it make sense. You have to have all these qualifications to pack shelf, for clean hospital floor, for take notes and collect money and pack bag. But you're telling me the people who have to manage billions of dollars and run a country and pass law don't need no qualification, who have to operate Jamaica, and you wonder why Jamaica is in the state it is. You ever ask yourself why the standards and the qualification for public office is so low, or there's no qualifications at all? It's because them want people that they can control. If we should raise the bar tomorrow and require every member of parliament to be qualified in the position that they hold, half of parliament would have to resign by tomorrow morning. They want to keep people in these offices that they can control. They need sheep, not leaders. They don't want leaders, they need sheep, okay? But we need educated youth inside of there. They don't want the educated youth them inside parliament. They don't want educated people who are qualified for those positions. Why? Because they don't want us to ask questions. They don't want us to question them and require them to actually take care of the country and take care of Jamaica and take care of the people. They want followers, they want sheep, they want people they can manage and manipulate and control. And that's why the qualifications are so low. A lot of times you see them in parliament and they don't even understand the budget that they're reading. They don't even understand the policies that they're making. A lot of times they don't understand nothing. Them can't answer simple questions. That's why you see them arguing and fussing and fighting like them up on the corner, like them up on the corner shop. They run the country like a corner store because they don't have no true qualifications. And that's not fair, Jamaica. That don't make no sense, Jamaica. Why is it that poor people have to school themselves out of their mind if you go pack shelf and clean floor, but you have these politicians up there that meet no requirements, don't need no qualifications at all, make a lot of money and don't have the skill set for the type of money they make? You have all the qualifications and training and you don't even get paid for it. Make that make sense, Jamaica. You cannot demand the youth them to have 6 subjects for clean floor or pack shelf or collect money, yet 0 subject for somebody to become Minister of Health or Minister of Finance or Minister of Education or Minister of Transportation. Okay, so Jamaica, I want to hear from you, Jamaica. Do you think we should raise the bar? We should require qualifications for you to become member of parliament or hold public office?
Do this and beat me, Labour Right. Do this and beat me.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen this before.
See the man that paid it and it can't hide. Nah hide. PMP Orange is alive. Time come. Do this and beat me, Labour Right. Do this and beat me.
So something man can't take it. You come to see me and I'm out, dog. For what? For what? A woman's strength to know.
Now here we have another incident. Kitson Town. Female alleged abuse by Popo. They keep going into people's yard without permission. They went into the lady's yard. She was telling them to come out and they hit the lady's daughter in the face, bust up her face. Now this is courtesy of the Observer, son of me make it up. Let's check out this video and see what's unfold. And do state your comment down in the comment section. How do you feel about this? Because you know this could be any one of us.
I'm not supposed to beat up for no one every day. I'm not supposed to beat up for no one every day. Stay in a key. Stay in. Him not do nothing. Me every day them. Play Crooks not do nothing. Man come with the jail. Him take on Crooks. Him the one that take on Crooks. And I say Crooks have gone. And him man have vigil in him hand. Then the one in
Andrew, hold this. Video them.
Stop with them. We not stop with them.
And me I return the lawful response so you can stop me. And you don't have no right. First of all, before you can continue to think about take this out of me, and you have to find out who me be.
Me no want to know who you be.
Stop me from video.
Move and keep on.
I'm not obstruct your work. I'm there on my property. I'm not obstruct your work, big man.
Move and keep on moving.
Because me there, I'm witnessing a with a bag of foolishness. There's no way you can bust up woman's face. Me have video him. Paris, come here. Watch out, them arrest the woman because she tell them about her mother, but them return the same thing, you know. Them tell the woman about her mother too, you know.
Well, that's why you cannot oh, you mean no? You have to keep all your fears to work. I should have my sister and my woman, and that they tell her no. Yeah. That they tell her. I should have my sister and my woman. No, the one that come and play their face. Me make sure. You're supposed to beat up for no woman every day. Woman strength to not have umbre. Never in enough van. Only not go with them.
Yeah, Jamaica. Good afternoon. I'm making this video in response to a video I've been seeing circulating with former Assistant Commissioner Newton Amos making untruthful suggestions of actions that I would never condone.
And that himself and Mr. Herbert Garrix, the councillor for Linstead, who was on the scene, along with 4 others, 2 men who came with Mr. Crawford in his vehicle, and Mr. Garrix came there with a female and another man.
Now, former Police Commissioner Mr. Amos accused Damon Crawford of escalating some type of violence at some type of event he attended. Now, Damon Crawford addressed the former Police Commissioner and asking him for a police commissioner. If him's a lie, him a wonder how many young men he might tell lie upon during his time as commissioner. Papa Jesus, I want to check out where I go yourself.
Yeah, Jamaica, good afternoon. I'm making this video in response to a video I've been seeing circulating with former Assistant Commissioner Newton Amos making untruthful suggestions of actions that I would never condone nor never participate in. 99% of what Mr. Amos said is untrue, and I personally called Mr. Amos on Monday of last week, informing him that this was not true. He acknowledged and he also admitted that he didn't see any of the things that he was saying, and suggested that it was as a result of information that he received and that he did not see any of the things that he was saying. I asked him in that conversation, why would it be that as a former assistant commissioner of police, you would take hearsay and not investigate any at all? Why would you not have come to me, call me, and ask if any of that was true? Why would you, first of all, make a report and then make a video of things that was definitely not true? Therefore, what we will do in this video is to show video footage of the entire process of what took place, showing that we had no altercation, that nothing of the sort happened, and that there was no confrontation at all in that space. I can speak to certain matters of fact. First of all, that I came with no individual. I arrived from math classes on invitation to play dominoes. I arrived from math classes with my assistant only. The video will prove that to be true. That Mr. Garrix arrived by himself. The video will prove that to be true. That the JLP were having their fun while we played dominoes unbothered. The video will show that to be true. And that the actual proprietor of the bar was at the table playing dominoes with us. You will see from the video that we do not have on any political garment, and that none of what Mr. Amos has said is actually true. The JLP is depending on lies to win this election. So I was invited by the proprietors to play dominoes from Friday night at the bar. I indicated to them that I was preparing for the math classes that I have with the students, and that I would not be available until Saturday at 6. The agreement was made for Saturday at 6. I had no knowledge, no inclination, no information that Mr. Amos would be present at the bar. So here you see us arriving I'm in the Suzuki Vitara, and you can see us arriving at about 6:10, 6:05 in the broad of day. It's clear that this isn't after 7. So we're arriving in the broad of day. You will see me driving myself, reversing to park. You will see me highlight from the vehicle. I am in the gray shorts and the white shirt. So no political color, because I was actually coming from class. My assistant there has come out, and you see me walking across the road there. Now you will see where I actually now close the car. You will see where I close the car, you see the blinkers go off. Still no 2 men. I don't know where Mr. Amos got this Crawford arrived with 2 men from. My assistant is now feeling quite aggrieved that she was mistaken not only for a man but for 2 men. Alright, so we're going to greet some individuals across the road, and here you see Mr. Garrix arriving by himself in his red shirt. There's Mr. Garrix there. He's closing his car. Nobody came with Mr. Garrix. So at this time, only 3 of us are present. Nobody came with me. That was a lie. No men came with me. That was a lie. And no male came with Mr. Garrix. That was also a lie. So the evidence from the video captured shows Mr. Garrix arrived by himself, and I arrived only with my assistant. None of us was politically clothed, nor prepared for any type of altercation.
And that himself and Mr. Herbert Garrix, the counsellor for Linstead, who was on the scene, along with 4 others, 2 men who came with Mr. Crawford in his vehicle, and Mr. Garrix came there with a female and another man.
So additionally, you'll see here Mr. Garrix by himself entering the bar while I went through the other side to go and greet Mr. Amos. Mr. Amos and I had warm interactions. His camera person took the opportunity to video that, and I would ask for Mr. Amos to put that video out of our interactions, and I greeted the JLP persons on hand. Mr. Amos sat to play dominoes. I went across to the bar to play dominoes and was even offered a drink and food by the JLP supporters. So there was absolutely no animosity. So here we are, we're playing dominoes. You can see me here with my back to the camera. You can see my locks there with my back to the camera. And across from me, shuffling, is Mr. Garrix in the corner, blocked by the grill and everything. So Mr. Garrix could not have given any indication to anyone that the music cannot be played. As you can see, we're very unbothered. You can see the JLP, they're dancing. This fellow is putting up the V sign, and they're dancing. We are still playing dominoes. We're unbothered. As was already proven, no male came with me, so no male that I came with could have turned off the sound. And Mr. Amos was nowhere in this space, in this vicinity at all. He was absent from this space. So Mr. Amos could not have heard or seen any of what he has reported. So they're dancing, we're playing, and it's going on. Now you can see here the proprietor, the owner of the bar, gets up to suggest that let us keep it non-political and just keep it friendly. So this is the owner of the bar. He was playing with us. He was sitting at the table, and you can see me here saying, "Yo, come on, come," because I was indicating I had no problem with it. I was actually drinking a Heineken at the time. On Mr. Amos' bill, jokingly. So he gets up, he goes to the bar, and he seems to be indicating to them that, yo, change the music. None of that had anything to do with us. He came back, sat down, no altercation. There's no evidence. I would love for Mr. Amos to show where was this altercation that he's speaking of. Where was this altercation that erupted with 100 men? And I mean, the truth is, I don't know, Mr. Amos must believe I'm John Wick. How could I take on 100 JLP people with his opinion of only 4 men, which was not true. We had no men. So therefore, how would we have taken on 100 JLP people with just 2 men? Am I John Wick? So the truth of the matter is that everything that he has said is a lie. He knows it's a lie. And I'm challenging Mr. Amos to show the video of anything that he says. We have captured all of this. The bar has all the videos. Any news media that wants to interview the proprietors of the bar, they'll indicate that we were invited to play dominoes. We came, we only played dominoes. We interfered with no one, and nothing that Mr. Amos has said is true or actually happened. So as I said, I called Mr. Amos. I indicated to him that it was not reasonable for us to be going back and forth, and I asked him to correct it by removing the video, and he has not. In fact, what they have done is to promote the video and to act as if it is true, seeking to sully my character and to get, I guess, rile up his supporters. In my time in Northwest St. Catherine, nobody has been disrespectful to me. Nobody has been antagonistic to me, and I have not been antagonistic to anyone. It is not in my character to be so. And so we found it necessary to make the truth be known and to indicate that we have video evidence, and none of what Mr. Amos said is true. I challenge Mr. Amos to show his evidence or to apologize to the nation for having sought to create political disruption in lying so publicly. I really wonder to myself how many young men might be in prison at this time because of Mr. Amos' penchant for telling fibs and untruth. Because what he has done here cannot be the modus operandi of a senior superintendent or a senior police officer or a former assistant commissioner of police. Mr. Amos, please make this right.